All right, here we go. We are live.
We're back.
We're back. Sorry about that, guys. A little technical difficulties. Once again, I'm Dom Chiodo, and of course, this is Bruce Wayne, Batman, Carter. So, wow, that says error. We were gone for a little bit, as you know, and then now we're back, and we're getting back to our normal routine.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I thought you. There you go.
Let us make sure you can hear us and see us.
Yeah, definitely right in that live
right in the chat, so we know we're coming through loud and clear. And
let me turn this on. Let me see.
Yeah, I think so.
That sounds a lot better than.
Yeah, well, I don't sound that great, but that's okay.
The what?
I don't sound that great, but that's all right.
No, man, you're fine. As people are tuning in, hello, welcome. So a couple announcements real quick. We in about a month or so,
at least.
At least we're getting a new studio and a new space to record and talk movies and bring you the filthy and bring you the sweaty, which is nice.
All right.
So I can't wait for that to happen, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. But I mean, that's all I'm really going to say on that note. Also, too, there are plans for a name change too as well, but I will reveal that when we have the new studio, I think, and everybody else has to agree with that name change.
All right.
So I'm excited about that. Let me just post this and share this. So it's just me tonight, and it's just Carter. And if you're looking at us and going, wow, you guys look 10 times better. You don't look as washed out and what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, I can't say I look better.
Yeah. But you're able to see us. That's because, one, the camera's a little bit closer.
A lot closer.
And two, we have a new light. We now have a ring light, which I'm excited about. So with that being said, let's get into our first topic of today.
All right.
And there's this little movie that was supposed to come back. It's supposed to come out in 2018, and it was put on the shelves. Do you know what it is?
The Elf on the Shelf?
The Elf on the Shelf. Could you imagine if the Elf on the Shelf? No. This little movie is called New Mutants. So
now it's the new mutant.
The new mutants. So before the movie was killed off, and before it was even able to be released because of the Foxx and Disney merger, and of course Dark Phoenix, which I wanted to bring her out tonight, but I forgot all about her.
It's the time of the month, I guess.
Yeah, she's hiding. So production was on its way back in 2017, and then the movie was canceled and shut off, and there was a list of cameos were supposed to be added into that movie. People from the X-Men universe were supposed to be involved.
Okay.
And then there was a little rumor saying that there was reshoots. The reason why the movie got pushed back was that there was reshoots for the movie, and apparently, according to the director, Josh Bone, there was no reshoots. Nothing happened.
Okay.
And he's quoted saying, who was he speaking to? I think it was either Collider or, I believe it was Collider that he was speaking to.
Okay.
And he said, everybody said we did reshoots. We've never done one reshoots. And I'll tell you this: if there had been hasn't been a merger, I'm sure we would have done reshoots the same way every movie does pickups. We didn't even do that because by the time the merger was done and everything was settled, everybody was older.
So it would have looked a little weird.
Yeah. And then he goes on to say, in the editing, we were probably about 75% done before they got boned, I guess I should say, or put on the shelf. And then he's like, after several years, we came back to finish it up. It took a couple months, and it was nice to be able to come back. Nate Lee, my co-writer, and I, We haven't seen it in a year. We did a bunch of things here and there that we wouldn't thought about or noticed a year before. So, Carter, with that being said, do you think this is going to make New Mutants good, or do you think that
I don't know if it necessarily is going to make it good, but it'll make it better. Hopefully, more time to sit back and see what your product is. You can tweak this and that and make sure things are the way you want them to be, instead of having to rush, rush through the process of getting the movie out to the theaters.
Sure. I love the X-Men universe. I was excited for New Mutants because they said it was going to be rated R, and they said that it was going to have a horror element. But then when the Fox and Disney merger happened, and they kind of shelved everything, and then they said it's a PG-13, that kind of put me off a little bit. Yeah. Andrew Berner. Wait, what?
What?
What do you mean? What do you mean, Andy? What are we whatting? Yeah, I'm not really. Look, I really don't care for this movie anymore because I loved Dark Phoenix, and it was a good movie to me and Tristan. We both enjoyed it, but now I'm kind of like burnt out. Dark Phoenix sucked worse than Bad Boys for honestly, I think X-Men Dark Phoenix was a better movie than Bad Boys for Life. Honestly, have you seen that?
I haven't seen either one, no, so I can't really comment on that.
I just tuned in. Hey, Andy, welcome for tuning in. Go ahead and like that button if you haven't liked us already. What else? So I don't know. It's hard to say how this movie will turn out. When New Mutants was announced, I was really excited about it, and I couldn't wait to see it. And then after being pushed back so long, and I just didn't care anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, my exposure to the New Mutants is really, really limited because I haven't really read any of the comics that came out in the 80s. I read some of the X-Force that spun off from the New Mutants when that series ended. So when I think of New Mutants, I kind of think of Cable and Deadpool and Domino and all those people that spun off into different.
Deadpool was considered a New Mutant?
Well, as part of the X-Force, which spun. New Mutants 98 was the first appearance of Deadpool.
Really?
Yeah. So I always thought of them as kind of like the end product of the New Mutants.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
I'm sure Andy has more, say on that.
For whatever reason, I always thought, I know the X-Men came first, but in my mind, I always have it as the X-Force, New Mutants, and then X-Men. Is that kind of how it was supposed to be? I don't know why.
What do you mean?
Like, as a kid, I always thought anytime I see an X-Force comic or a New Mutants, I would think they were the established comics first before the Uncanny X-Men.
X-Men's first.
Oh, yeah. The X-Men's the oldest.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For whatever reason,
see, in the 80s, there was, of course, the Uncanny X-Men. Then they had the New Mutants series, and then they had Excalibur that came out around the mid-90s. That was another mutant title.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Uncle Bob, which is our next topic today. And we really didn't get a chance to report on this, but Bob Iger stepped down as CEO of Disney, the film division, and now he's kind of taking a chairholder spot. Okay. His new role is executive chairman, and that role will have him focusing directly on the company's streaming service, Disney Plus, which is one of Bob Iger's babies that he's helped create. It goes on. let's see. Iger's job is to right the ship that has been drifting somewhat off course since his massive debut last November, which was Disney Plus. Because when they said Disney Plus was coming out, all these great things, and then it just seems like Disney Plus kind of drifted.
Yeah, I understand. Because I have Disney Plus and I haven't been watching it as regularly. I still go back. We watched some of the older stuff. We watched The Cat from Outer Space. It was an old.
The Cat from Outer Space? I've never heard it.
It's a live action Disney movie from like 1978.
Really?
It's something I watched when I was a kid. My wife liked it, so we watched that about a week or so ago. And it was kind of interesting to see.
The Cat from Outer Space.
Yes. The cat had its collar that would control things and stuff.
Oh, man. That's scary.
It's pretty corny, but as a kid, you loved it. So.
Oh, yeah. So as I should go on and say that it was being reported by THR that Disney Plus drummed up over 28 million subscribers in its first 3 months. Thanks to a large part of it was Star Wars, The Mandalorian series, and season 2 of which is scheduled to premiere in October, which is very interesting that so close to each other that they are. What is that? That they're coming out so close to each other, and also they brought in The Simpsons, and they're going to be introducing WandaVision and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So,
he wants to know, what is that?
The light. Tell him to tune in, and he'll know. But so Bob Iger is getting on board, and he is going to be taking over Disney Plus. And one of the things that I hope he does to Disney Plus is I hope he organizes it.
Mm-hmm. There needs to be a set, amount of new content coming out that'll keep people's interest.
Right.
I mean, I expected there to be a Marvel show on by now. I thought, they do The Mandalorian and then wait a month or two, then there'd be one of the new movies. No movies, but shows.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't dropped any Marvel, because Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's finished by now, right? Or at least WandaVision?
Yeah. I don't know when that's supposed to come out, though. But
WandaVision or
either one.
Falcon?
I really haven't heard any news.
Yeah,
what you read there.
Right.
So I was like, okay, it's supposed to be that long from now.
Let's see what else that it says. Okay, so there's a Lizzie McGuire series coming. No one cares. A prequel to Beauty and the Beast series that's coming. We really don't need a prequel to Beauty and the Beast. Disney, what are you doing? I don't get that. Muppets Live, another day. Okay, I could be interested in that.
Maybe.
I love the Muppets. They have a place in my heart.
They need to have like all the original episodes from when I was growing up.
Oh, the Muppet Show?
Yes. The Muppet Show. I would watch some of that, especially the ones with Star Wars. Yes,
that is true. But according to THR, Iger will reportedly be tasked with repairing the service, somewhat chaotic behind-the-scenes development, the environment to help Disney Plus reach its slated goals to between 60 to 90 million subscribers, and 50 original series and 10 films and specials each year by 2024. Disney Plus has had a major advantage when it launched, but it really needs to figure out its original content arm before series competitors like Quibi, HBO Max, NBC's Peacock, and they launch later this year. Honestly, I think HBO Max is going to kick Disney Plus's ass.
It's going to be cool. I can't wait to see the Green Lantern series.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Dude, that Muppet Show rocked. Yes, I agree. Prequels always suck. Yeah, I agree with you. Prequels do always suck. But there are some good prequels out there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, majority of the time, prequels suck. If you're tuning in, hey, welcome to the Dom Chiodo Show. Go ahead and like that button if you haven't already. And do you have any thoughts on the Disney Plus being besides what we kind of agree on?
As far as what's coming on later down this year,
Yeah,
or
and
just in general.
In general, pretty much with it being a clusterfuck. So,
Well, I don't know. I was hoping there'd be more content. That's my only gripe. I love all the stuff that's on there. I love seeing all the old, have like the old Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck cartoons that you haven't seen in years. I was trying to find them on DVD or something,
and
just
they're
'cause
not.
but they weren't. They're out of print. So
It's funny, it's funny how something like that is out of print, but yet they're able to put it up on a streaming service.
yeah, they were probably just waiting.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're just waiting.
I don't know.
I like to show some of these old shows to my kids because they're used to all the newer stuff. They need to see some of this older stuff that I grew up.
I think the older stuff is, better than some of the newer.
Have you seen that Disney movie, The Black Hole?
No, I haven't.
It's from 1979. It was kind of their response to Star Wars at that time.
Really?
Yeah.
The Black Hole.
I don't remember a whole lot about it. I just know there was like an evil robot and a good robot that were kind of at odds with each other and stuff. And I remember having like the little toys when I was a kid. But
So
that's on there.
also too, and kind of killing two birds with one stone, that apparently on Disney Plus, what's in the works is a Tron series.
It says was in the works or is in the works?
Is a Tron Disney series. Oh, it looks like it was in the works. Wow. I read that wrong. Moving forward, stream this. So apparently the 1982's cult film about a computer programmer trapped inside a vicious computer game, which spawned a cult 2010 sci-fi sequel, Tron Legacy, and a 2012 and 2013 cult animated series. I don't know that Tron was so much of a cult after the first movie.
It was for a while. I mean, there are certain people who liked it. I loved that show.
Really?
Movie. Yeah, it was great.
Look, I enjoyed the first Tron movie, but the second one just...
You didn't like it? I liked it too.
A lot of things that movie was before its time, especially with the de-aging and Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
It felt like Jeff Bridges' head was floating a lot of the time. And it really didn't add up. Russell, not like the cult of... Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my gosh.
I tried to watch Black Hole yesterday, and it doesn't age well.
I'm sure it does.
Jason, what's going on, man?
I'm sure it doesn't age well.
No. I never seen Black Hole. I guess I got to check this out.
You got to check it out. I'm sure it's pretty corny.
Yeah.
To now new audiences these days, but
Jesus. Yeah. So apparently that a Tron TV show was in the works. It looks like the project was shepherded by John Ridley, the Oscar-winning screenwriter of 12 Years a Slave, which I find that to be fascinating. Actually, let's see.
Looks like we'll never know. Okay.
Well, it looks like we'll never know. So, as of right now, it doesn't look like the show's coming to fruition. Doesn't look like it's happening. I know Tron Legacy was slated to have a sequel, but it didn't. And apparently, the sequel name was what's that say? Ascension. Yeah, I don't know. And then it says that there is a quote here from the creators. Do you want to read that, or should I?
I will. It says, I think we got the script to about 80%. We're in good shape. We're probably 8 or 9 months out, which is a good amount of distance from being ready to shoot it. But I think the script was in good shape. I never said that.
Yeah.
What I'm excited about is the concept, which is an invasion movie from the inside machine coming out, as opposed to one we've usually seen. So we've hinted at that at the end of Legacy with Cora coming out. But for the idea of Ascension was the movie that was the first act was in the real world, the second act was in the world of Tron, or multiple worlds of Tron. Third act was totally in the real world. I think that really blows up the concept of Tron in a way that we feeling to see on screen. But there's also a really interesting character study in Core and a stranger in a strange land, trying to figure out where she belongs. Having lived, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good to me. De-aging has come a long way since then. I agree. De-aging has come a long way since Tron Legacy. Honestly, I feel like if Disney really wants to get Tron back into everyone's forefront, start back over. Start from the very beginning. I mean, look at where technology is now.
Oh yeah.
Now you can do those things that you were way ahead of your time doing with Tron Legacy, and then of course the first Tron. Find a way to merge those two movies so it's almost a soft reboot, but you're establishing what Tron is, and you're able to what's the word I'm looking for? Modernize it and update it.
Yeah.
You know, I think Tron could work. Honestly, if you rebooted Tron, I really think it could work. Now, and a good example, it's not really the same thing, but look at Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That movie was fantastic the way Spielberg did that. And of course, the book was fantastic as well. But I feel like if they take a lot of notes from that movie, they would be able to turn Tron into something really good. Because if you look at right now, PS4, and it seems like everything is virtual reality right now.
Yeah.
Do Tron that way. You know, you get sucked in virtual reality by whatever, and you explore whatever avenues you want to explore in that sense. Mm-hmm. Agreed. The book was better. Ready Player One. I enjoyed the book. A little off topic. There was a book that I read, The Martian.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was better than the book.
Really?
Call me crazy. I don't know if you guys have read it.
I haven't read the book. I've seen the movie once.
But yeah, I think the movie was better than the book. And you guys won't believe this, but Todd McFarlane explained that Spawn will not be coming to Disney Plus.
No,
I'm just kidding. Okay. But Todd McFarlane did say that. Or he may have just confirmed that Jamie Foxx has dropped out of Spawn, which is fine because, one, I really don't want a Spawn reboot. I really wasn't a big fan of the first original Spawn. Call me crazy. The movie was good too, though. Awesome.
Yeah, Spawn hasn't really piqued my interest as much as some other people. I know there's people who still read the comic and stuff. But
I've always wanted to read a Spawn comic, but I could never. I know when I come into the comic book store, I'm like, hey, point me in a good direction of a new comic. And
yeah,
I want to give Spawn a try, but I don't know. It's just like, Hellboy. I want to read a Hellboy comic, but I just can't bring myself to do it because there's so much material. Where do I jump in at? You know?
You can jump anywhere on Hellboy because there's not a clear timeline on a lot of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. They got omnibus now that you can just read that one, then the next one, and you're fine.
But the director and writer of the new Spawn movie says, last week I got some discouraging news. We had an Academy Award-winning guy who was going to do the movie with us, but he fell off. We had people willing to fund the movie as long as we had this guy attached, but schedules were conflicting. And things like this, and things had to change. That's how close we are to getting this thing off the ground. Look, Spawn's never going to get off the ground. Even if you have Jamie Foxx attached to it, nobody wants Spawn to happen. Nobody wants a Spawn movie. I don't know with you guys in a live chat. Let's see. I don't know how they feel about Spawn. With you guys in a live chat, how do you feel about a Spawn reboot potentially getting off the ground? Is this something you want? Is this something you don't care about? Jamie Foxx being attached to it?
Yeah.
I honestly, my personal opinion, I don't want Jamie Foxx around any superhero movie ever again.
You don't think so?
No way. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, it wasn't his fault. But
oh, yeah. Okay.
Electro was so bad.
They tried to change it because his costume in the comics is a little bit corny. He's got little lightning bolts.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I almost did like the design of Electro. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But Spawn can fly, can't he? She only cost me $6.95. Jesus. I think Spawn can fly. I think so. I think something with his cape. I don't know. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that.
But and to me personally, I don't see Jamie Foxx as a strong enough actor to play Spawn.
You don't think he's a strong enough actor?
I don't think so.
He's won an Academy Award.
Okay, yes, but
Come on now.
That's like saying, do you think Brad Pitt could play Superman? Or do you? I mean, okay. Granted, I shouldn't talk.
He's too old to play Superman now.
Right, but I mean, I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth because Joaquin Phoenix just won an Oscar for playing the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Jamie Foxx can. Idris Elba, I could. Yes, now we're kind of heading into that.
His name gets mentioned every time.
Anytime a Bond or a black character.
Black characters. Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington's a little too old for some of that stuff.
You know who I could see playing Spawn? I'm drawing a blank on the actor's name, and maybe you guys in the chat can tell me. But the guy who played Luke Cage.
Oh yeah.
I could see him playing Spawn.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Yeah, that's who I would cast.
Or just an unknown. I think it's always a good
Better
idea
to go unknown.
To find a good unknown. If people can't have a hard time seeing a certain actor as this person,
Right.
Finding unknown. I mean, when Star Wars came around, nobody knew who Harrison Ford was, or Carrie Fisher, or Mark Hamill.
Sure.
And those roles just kind of made those characters.
Yeah.
Made their career.
Let me just kind of post this here. Somebody's asking me to post it in this. But yeah, I definitely agree with you with casting an unknown actor.
Mm-hmm.
And what if Spawn? Do you think Spawn could be played by a woman? Do you think that could be
played by a woman? Just change the gender of the character.
Yeah, why not?
Since I don't have any personal attachment to the character, then sure. But I mean, there's people who would be
furious,
up in arms if they changed it to a woman.
Yeah,
unless there was some practical way they made Spawn a woman.
I don't know. I don't want Jamie Foxx. Yeah, I don't want Jamie Foxx to play Spawn. I'm glad that he's not. I'm glad he kind of stepped out.
Mm-hmm.
So let me close these closies. But so let's kind of head into this. I know I had this at the top of the show and we kind of skipped over it, but on the Jesus. Let me get my dates right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this kind of surprised me a little bit. I mean, there are two things that surprised me. I didn't think he was that old.
Yeah. Okay.
We're talking about James Lipton, who just recently passed
on the 2nd of March. And I know we're the 10th now, and we're just now honoring this guy. But we haven't been on air in a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. So yeah, James Lipton, the creator and host of Inside the Actors Studio, died, and he was 93 years old.
He does not look 93. He looks like he's like 65 to 68 or something.
Yeah, I mean,
come on.
And before he hosted the long-running Bravo series Inside the Actors Studio, Lipton played the Lone Ranger's nephew on the radio, on radio, and he also wrote TV scripts and also Broadway lyrics too as well. Do you have any memories about Inside the Actors Studio? Have you ever sat and watched it?
I've watched every so often. If it's interviewing somebody I care about.
Sure.
I think I remember more of the spoofs on Saturday Night Live than.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But I did enjoy his show when he had somebody that I found interesting.
Yeah. I wish I would have pulled up the audio clip, but last year James Lipton was interviewed, and he was asked who was your favorite guest on the show. And you know who he said? Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bradley Cooper started out as a student, and then he became, who he is now.
Yeah.
But with that being said, and I wish we had the full panel here, because I pulled up his questions. So, Carter,
that's what
that is.
Oh.
So Carter, let me put you on the spot real quick, and let me ask you the 10 questions that James Lipton would ask his guests. Okay. What's your favorite word?
Favorite word.
Don't think too much into it. Just
no.
No? Okay. What's your least favorite word?
Moist.
Moist. Okay. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Music.
Music? Okay. What turns you off?
Negativity.
Negativity?
Negativity.
What's your favorite curse word?
Can we say it?
Yeah, go for it. Favorite curse word?
Motherfucker.
It's all right, Carter. You won't get in trouble. What's the sound or noise you love the most?
A sexy woman sighing.
Sexy woman sighing. Okay. What sound or noise do you hate the most?
A woman nagging.
I
know. I got a one-track mind here.
A woman nagging. That is perfect. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I don't know. That's a tough one because I don't know if there's anything else I would like to attempt.
Really? So you have the perfect job.
I don't know if that's perfect. I just haven't really thought about it.
Okay. What profession would you not like to do?
Let's see. Garbage collector.
They make good money being a garbage collector. No? All right.
Or president of the United States. I would never want to be president.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Too much pressure.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Welcome.
Welcome?
Come on in.
Okay. Let me just pull this up real quick. All right. And do you want to ask me these questions or?
Sure. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. What's your favorite word?
Favorite word is encyclopedia.
Okay. What's your least favorite word?
Get off. No. Never mind. Least favorite word, I would have to say no. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate the word. I hate being told no.
Well. All right. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
What turns me on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally? I would say film.
Okay.
Yeah.
What turns you off?
What turns me off? Bitching. I hate when people are bitching, even though I do it a lot.
All right. What's your favorite curse word?
Fucktard.
All right. What sound or noise do you love?
What sound or noise do I love? I love the sound of Tristan laughing.
Okay.
because she does this like cackle type of laugh. So
Right.
that's my favorite sound that I love hearing.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Sound or noise do I hate? Sound I hate the most. Dom's voice. Fuck you, Russell.
Good one.
Sound or noise I hate the most is somebody chewing. I can't stand hearing somebody chew. Yeah, it drives me.
All right. And let's see, what profession other than your own, what would you like to attempt?
Being on the air, radio, either radio or film, working in the film industry.
Okay. What profession would you not like to do?
The one I'm doing now.
Really?
Yeah. God,
Seriously?
I hate what I'm doing. I hate my job, but it pays the bills.
Yeah.
So,
what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Holy shit, you made it here? Oh God, I wasn't expecting you. So, but there you go. Those are the 10 questions that James Lipton would ask his guests every time they came to the show. And let's kind of go through and read some of the comments that they're saying. Russell says, the sound I hate the most is Dom's voice. Screw you. Andy says, jizz mopper. And I can't read the second one. Andy. If heaven exists, I would want God to say, that was hilarious. Okay, that's a good one. You work for the general of dollars. Yes, that is true. Being a GM sucks at Dollar General.
Seriously?
Yeah, it sucks. It's the worst.
Oh, I'm sure there's worse jobs.
Let's see.
On to the next.
Going on to the next one. Have you seen? Well, we'll kind of get there. Tron. Oh man, did I close out of it? I think I did.
What?
Moon Knight. There, I had an article pulled up. Well, it's not here anymore, I don't think. Well, let's see if I can quickly pull it up over here. We'll skip that topic. We'll go into this. All right. I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't
You
tell.
didn't know about that?
No.
And you're a Star Wars fan, and Andy's a Star Wars fan, and Russell, he's sort of a Star Wars fan, and Reagan's a Star Wars fan. One thing I hate the most is, and with movie trailers in general, is when you spoil the fucking movie and the ending. Why would you do that? The new Star Wars trailer, and I'll play it right here for you. I don't know if these guys will be able to hear it, but the TV spot that's going around, and this is saying that, hey, this is coming on Blu-ray and digital. Here's the trailer. Let me pull it up.
It is your birthright to rule. It's in your blood. Our blood.
Oh, yeah.
The whole ending.
Never be afraid of who you are. We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now.
Angers me.
This is your fight. Who are you? I'm right.
I would have ended it right there. Boom, end.
Ray Skywalker.
What? What the hell? No, I mean, it comes out on digital next Friday. No, next Tuesday it comes out on digital.
Yep.
And then on Blu-ray the 31st. But come on. Why in the hell? Why? Why would you? I can't even put. Okay, let's pretend for a minute you haven't seen the new Rise of Skywalker movie for whatever reason.
Yeah, that was
You're flipping through the channels and
Pretty
this
possibility.
pops up on TV and you sit there and watch it because, of course, it's Star Wars and Star Wars has your interest.
I would think back to the Simpsons show episode where Homer comes out of the theater. I can't believe Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That just spoils the fucking ending.
Yep.
I don't understand. What do you call it? Fuck. Like, it makes me so angry that the people that are putting these promos together and the fucktards over at Disney promoting this coming out on physical DVD, and why are you going to waste the ending? Why are you going to have now? Granted, The Rise of Skywalker has
I'll
fans.
say most of the people who are purchasing it have already seen it,
Right, but
there's probably a select few Joe six packs that have not seen it.
okay, so I was watching that clip the other day, right?
Mhm.
Tristan likes Star Wars. Oh, what's that? Does spoil. I don't understand why he just wrote that in text message. So Andy goes, anyone who hasn't seen it kind of does know the context of the ending, but doesn't spoil that moment at the very end. Oh, he says it does spoil. I don't know why he put that in text, but not in the chat. But okay, I was sitting here listening to that, right?
Mhm.
Tristan hasn't seen The Rise of Skywalker.
She hasn't?
Nope, she hasn't seen it yet. And now she
Really?
goes, well, that was ruined for me.
She did?
Yeah. Come on,
Come
Disney. What the hell? It's because Bob Iger stepped down, so now this stupid shit gets to happen.
Mhm.
God, it irritates me. Now, on the other side of the coin, I love spoilers. I love hearing spoilers, but that's me. That's not you. That's not my wife. That's not my buddy Jason Richards. That's not this person or that person.
Uh-huh.
Come on, man. Why are you going to do that? I get it. It's the last chapter of the Skywalker's, saga, and you're trying to get everybody involved, but why the hell are you going to spoil it? There's no point in that. No point at all. I'm watching on TV, so I'm just texting you my...
Wow, so he must have YouTube on his TV.
Oh, he has YouTube's on his TV.
Yeah.
Okay. But that just makes me angry, man.
Yeah, I understand.
Also, I know I talked about it on my last show or whatever, but Palpatine's not... Well, there you go, going into spoiling territory. But, I mean, it's all over the place. If you turn on Google, it tells you that Palpatine's not really Rey's grandfather. Whoa, what just fell? Oh, it was 007.
Oh, no.
Ah, here, look. I really wish they could see the table today because I got cool stuff. So I got my little James Bond over here, Daniel Craig. And are you able to hand that guy right there?
Well done.
Yes, this is pretty cool. Look. He's going to be hidden in the set, I feel like, each week. So,
All right.
yeah, so people can look out for Waldo. While we're kind of on this topic of showing things, not your penis, but show us what show us what you brought today, man.
Oh, I brought, well, hopefully we're going to start talking about
Comics.
Well, that
Yes.
and the Batman movie that's coming out.
Yes.
It's loosely based on this series. Maybe you can read
There you, well, it's backwards.
it's backwards that way, but
Jeff
the
Lowe.
long Halloween.
Oh, man, such a good book. As my voice cracks.
And this is like an oversized absolute edition, which has some huge
Artwork.
artwork on it, so you can kind of read it.
It smells incredibly. It smells so good. I love when you open up a comic and it just has that smell. Nothing smells better than comics. And never mind. I was gonna say something else.
And
Wife's crotch, but I'm just kidding.
all right, now. And I have this one actually signed by the artist right here. I don't know if y'all can see.
I don't know if they can. It's kind of
washed out.
yeah. Nope. Yeah, still washed out. Oh, you can see it kind of a little bit.
Right there.
You can see it a little bit.
Yeah. So he kind of drew a little tiny, quick sketch of Batman, and he signed his name, Tim Sale. So I met him a couple times. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this is why I love this guy right here, because I was like, Carter, I need a good Batman story. I need something good to read and something different. And he gave me The Long Halloween, and I was hooked, man.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, I need a sequel. I need more. And so he gave me The Dark Victory.
Dark Victory.
I wish they would produce another book, but aren't they working on another one?
I don't know if they are or not. I hope so.
Okay.
I mean, there's lots of Batman stories in the pipeline, so it's kind of hard to get one greenlit.
Let's see. I don't think I have any Batman news.
Well, we haven't really talked to
Oh, that's
the
right.
Batmobile. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
I know it's been a few days now, at least.
Yeah. Let me pull this up, because I know I posted in our group chat that we have. Gosh, where is it? Pictures of the Batmobile. See,
You can find them anywhere.
yeah. All I'm going through, and it's Niece Wadehofer is in this chat. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
There you go. There's my Niece Wadehofer for. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see, but I've been following the Batman for a while. And there was this concept that came out online
There you go.
of this as the Batmobile. I don't know if you guys can see it okay. But
Like a Dodge Challenger or something.
yeah, but we finally got our official photos.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull it up, Batmobile. Niece, I hate it. Niece Wadehofer. Yes, he caught me saying Niece Wadehofer. Are you guys talking about Kung Flu? No.
No.
All right, so I'm actually really digging the new design
Yeah.
for the Batmobile. Let me pull this picture up and kind of save that one. It seems like it's a mixture of 1989 Batman along with Batman 66 and I mean that's what I'm just getting at. Let me pull this up real quick.
Look what somebody texted us.
Is that Catwoman?
No, that's Niece.
I know, but I'm joking and saying
It does kind of look like her.
she does.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me pull up the pictures. It's not pretty far off of what they, as you can see, there's Robert Pattinson as
Pattinson.
Batman. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, nope, that just made it really worse. See the Batmobile. Okay. But I mean, you can go online and search the Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool photo right
Yeah.
there. We got a glare going
A
on.
little bit of-
But anyway, I really dig these pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the engine being exposed in the back. To me, that says,
That might be its Achilles heel, but we'll see.
yeah. You know what I'm. So they're saying this is supposed to be about year 1 or year 2 of the Batman,
Yeah.
and reports are saying that the Bat motorcycle that we saw, the Bat bike,
Uh-huh.
was Thomas Wayne's bike, and they're saying that this car was Thomas Wayne's car too as well. It was
Oh,
just passed down, and
he was just using it.
yeah,
Okay.
because also too, if you look at the Bat logo on his chest, it looks like 2 guns, and apparently that's supposedly
Well, we'll see.
what mowed down his parents. But I don't understand why a killer would need. You need to learn how to put pictures up on the stream. Yes, we are working on that, Russell. I am working on that because that would be nice and easy. But yeah, I really dig the car, and I can't wait to hear what it sounds like, especially in IMAX.
Mhm.
Just hearing that rumble.
Yeah.
I hope it rumbles good, and I hope it has that like.
It should with the engine that big.
Yeah, jeez. How do you think this Batman movie is going to play out?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be a year one type experience. I think it's going to have a introduction of a lot of villains so far. I mean, you can see the list they've produced so far, and I think it's going to be kind of a retro type movie, which will be really interesting because I like to see something a little more gritty.
Do you think this movie is going to have that tint that they put on Batman movies? Or let me explain. Man of Steel had like this tint over the movie.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It has a certain look.
Okay. Somebody's trying to distract us. I
Yeah,
think.
it's getting a little distracting.
A little.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the Batman. A lot of people were saying that Robert Pattinson, he's not going to be a good Batman, but I really think he will. I think he's going to be a good Batman. Okay, would you like to go into the trailers real quick and then comic book news, or do you want to do the comic book news and then go into trailers?
Let's go ahead and do trailers. That's fine.
Trailers? Okay. So 2 new trailers dropped online. I don't know if you want to pull them up or if you want me to pull them up.
Go ahead. Actually, I'll do it.
Okay. So there's Tom Hanks. He's going to be in this new movie called Grayhound. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I've heard about it. I've been waiting for you guys so we all can sit and watch the trailer together.
That's not it. It's the gray with a E instead of.
Let me pull it up. Tom Hanks.
There it is. Yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
Oh, I thought that was like Saving Private Ryan when I saw that.
So it's like Save It Private Ryan mixed with Castaway. Apparently, it looks really good.
I'll turn up just a little.
Okay. And then for those of you watching at home, if you want to quickly pull up the trailer of Greyhound starring Tom Hanks and watch along with us, go ahead and do that. I don't have the capability to pull it up on screen just yet, but we are working on that. So this movie comes out when?
June.
In June.
Dear Lord, let your holy angel be with me. Let the evil
Let's see it coming out.
You ride, your friend rides for free.
my body and soul. Amen.
Have you seen that movie? Came out like about 18 years ago. U571. With Bill
U571?
Paxton.
No.
Oh my gosh, you need to see that one.
Really?
Yes.
Tom Hanks.
I'll always be looking for you, Evie, even if I'm 1,000 miles away.
Looks like it's about a destroyer doing sub hunting.
Yeah.
Range of air cover for the next 5 days. Safe travels to England. How many crossings does this make?
This is my first.
Oh?
I got some. Most likely a U-boat. He's trying to slip under us!
U517. John Bon Jovi was in that. Really?
Yeah, he was.
John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, it was
Really?
short hair.
Trust rocket, sir.
So this looks actually pretty interesting.
I'm in for this one. It's World War II.
Oh,
love
yeah.
this movie.
And especially anything with Tom Hanks in it, I'm game. It doesn't look like it's. I mean, it's CGI heavy.
Of course, it's got to be. They're not going to sink real subs.
Well, oh, they're throwing people overboard. U517 was awesome. John Bon Jovi, Matthew McConaughey. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I need to get my hands on a copy of this movie and
I've got it
and
on
watch.
DVD.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks interesting. This looks really good.
It's got the actor who played Al Capone on what was it? Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. Oh shit!
What are we gonna do?
They're gonna die.
Hell down from on high.
How long is this trailer?
It's like 2 hours.
2 hours? Oh my god! It's a whole movie.
2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Okay. Do you want to give your thoughts on it, and then I'll give my thoughts?
It looks awesome. I hope the story's good. I mean, the effects look cool. You know, it's like I said. I'm a sucker for anything
World War
World
II.
War II.
Yeah,
Haven't seen Midway yet, but
I haven't seen Midway either.
Having a one assistant that catches things that might look wrong.
Really good trailer. Tom Hanks also a win. Hope your favorite. Oh Jesus, he's talking about Nice Weidhofer again.
yes,
If we ever get a movie night going, we could watch some shit. Yeah, we could. Jason said, I actually thought I gave it to you when I moved to Florida. Ha ha ha. No, you didn't. Actually, you didn't. U571. No. I wish you did. I've got Midway on digital. Awesome. Okay. Great trailer.
mm-hmm.
A little too long for my take. Strong beginning,
Yeah.
nice middle, and then the ending just dragged on too much for me.
You think so?
I think so. I saw enough in the first minute that I was
it
like,
definitely wasn't a teaser. It was full on.
yeah, I saw enough to where, okay, you had me in.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Okay. So let's go on to the next trailer. Are you a fan of Bob's Burgers?
Actually, I haven't really.
You've never seen Bob's Burgers?
No.
Jeez. Tristan, she can do Lynn really good.
Uh
Oh, Bobby. Like how she, oh, God. I wish she was here, and I wish I can just pull her up and say, hey,
Yeah.
do Lynn. But when Tristan starts doing her voices that she does, she sounds like Lynn a lot.
Okay.
He would rather have a husband. Husband.
What?
Yeah, it's a line from Bob's Burgers. Okay,
All right.
so the creators of Bob's Burgers are releasing a new show called Central Park. Let me see if I can pull it up. Central Park trailer. And I haven't seen this yet.
Hello, everybody.
I haven't seen this yet, but if it's from the creators of Bob's Burgers, I'm definitely in. I unfortunately won't be able to watch it because I think it's going to be on Apple TV. Seeing that there's an Apple TV Plus. Yeah, Apple TV Plus. Seeing that there's an Apple TV Plus in the corner. And let me get this going. Pull that up. All right.
Hey, everybody. I love mornings in the park, the light through the trees, the birds and the squirrels. It's Central Park. It's a haven. It's a jewel.
Sir, do not read a statue.
I love Hot Lips Turtle Head Day. More than Graffiti Removal Week? Oh, I do love that.
I should get going.
Who's my special boy?
Me.
Look at you. You are my special boy.
Too bad you can't just stick him back up there, huh?
What?
Nothing.
I hate that park. It's just a patch of dirt and weeds. And we're gonna buy it. We're gonna do the biggest real estate deal in the history of the world.
Quick question over here, Betsy. Are you wearing a dog?
It's perfectly normal.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little distracting.
No, stop!
Someone needs to protect the park. It's impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
Did your voice just get really weird?
Central Park!
How many times
Kristen
did you
Bell.
What would you say is normal? Twice?
Wow.
Oh, no.
Titus, I don't know who that is.
He's fine.
Throw this. See if you can get it into the park. Did you get it? Right where I want it.
Where else can you?
Josh Gad, really?
Splashing dirty hot dog water.
Give us a quick strut. One for Mama.
Catherine Hahn.
Are we dancing? Yeah, we're dancing.
Is that dancing?
Gotta knock these bozos' wieners off.
Here at the midpoint of park that's so central. The name's not that clever, but screw it, whatever. It's central in my heart.
Central Park.
Good luck managing the park.
That's gonna go great for you.
What's that supposed to mean? Nerd.
I'm definitely in.
You are.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't really grab me. To be
No.
honest with you, yeah, it does not grab me.
Kristen Bell. We're talking about Central Park, the creators of Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Really? That didn't do anything for you?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Really?
I don't like all the singing. I don't like musical stuff.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a musical.
It says it's going to be a musical comedy.
Is that what it said?
That's
Did
what
I
it
did I
said.
miss that?
Where?
Where?
Said towards the end, it said a musical comedy.
Central Park. Let's see it. Apple TV. Really? Did I miss that?
Towards the end, it says it's a musical comedy. I'm like, okay. So I don't know. I don't know.
Show more info. A musical walk in the park. Yeah.
See,
An animated musical comedy from
See.
award winner. Okay. Oh man, see, I don't know if I could. Yeah, I don't know if I can watch it as a musical. I told you he couldn't read. What are you talking about? What are you talking? I can read fine. What are you talking about, Russell? Jesus. I mean, I'm definitely in. I don't have Apple TV, but I'm sure
I have an Apple TV, but I don't have the streaming.
you don't have the streaming plus.
I
I
mean,
just now got okay. So my buddy Jason, him and I always talk to each other about like, hey, is this movie good? Should we go see it? What is your opinion on this?
uh-huh.
And he asked me about Disney Plus, and I told him I was going to hold off for a little bit until it kind of establishes itself.
Uh-huh.
I didn't buy Disney Plus. Vanessa and Grayson, they gave me their Disney Plus to use. So
really?
I've been watching Clone Wars on my phone.
Uh-huh.
Did you want to get into Clone Wars real quick and your thoughts on that?
We can talk about. I've only watched the new episodes.
The new episode?
Yeah, there's 3 episodes out now?
I think there's 3 episodes out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've only watched Bad Batch. Which
Okay.
is the first episode. My son and I, my younger son, has gotten into the Clone Wars a lot. We watched all the first season pretty much, and we're into the middle of the second season. He likes watching it. So I've kind of held off watching the new episodes. I had to watch the first one because I thought we were going to discuss it on the show.
Yeah.
I really liked the first episode.
What I think we're gonna do is, if I can find a way to get everything set up, we can have Clone Wars.
Cologne.
Clone Wars.
It'd be smelly.
Yeah, we can have Clone Wars going in the corner of the screen,
Uh-huh.
and then we can be doing our commentary as we watch it.
Can we legally do that?
We can legally do that. Yes.
Okay.
The show has to air first, and we technically can't have sound coming from that video because then YouTube would flag us.
Okay.
But so how YouTube works is when you show other content,
Mhm.
you can show. Okay, so if we were doing a commentary of Star Wars, right? How we did before while we were just doing our regular podcast, we can have the sound but no picture.
Mhm.
Or we can have picture but no sound. You just can't have both. And then
Uh-huh.
YouTube flags it as copyright.
Yeah.
Or if we were now we can get away with it because we're not a big channel, number one, and we're not bringing in any money.
Right.
If we were doing that,
Yeah,
then we'd be flags all over the place.
We're not getting.
But I mean, yeah, unless you guys want to donate to the show, we have Streamlabs / the Dom Chiodo Show where you can donate and it helps pay for new equipment. Like we just got a new equipment today, and that's new lighting, so that makes us look better. And pretty soon we're going to be in a new studio, which is being built right now, and I'm excited about that because it's going to look. I thought that's what they said in Star Wars. Clone Wars. All right. So yeah, those were the trailers, and let's go into your comic book news, man. I'm excited. I brought this up because this was interesting to me.
Yeah,
And-
I'll talk about that. I really kind of want to have a little commentary on what's been going on with DC.
Ooh.
I don't know if y'all been keeping up, but one of the co-publishers, Dan DiDio, was fired probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe, or a little less than 2 weeks, maybe.
Yep.
And there's been a lot of rumors about what's going to happen to DC Publishing. Because AT&T owns Warner Brothers,
Right.
which owns DC Comics, and there's talk about all this debt that AT&T owes. So they're thinking about, dropping the publishing arc. So that means
DC,
which means DC, they would stop publishing their comics, which would be it's catastrophic, I think.
and that would mainly affect you because
It would affect me
and your comic book store.
comic stores across the country. But there are talks that they would license out characters to other publishers,
Oh no!
which wouldn't be the same, I don't think. But
Then if they do that, they can. Okay, well, Image Comics. Let's just
Image
say
Comics, or
they get a hold of Batman. Well, I don't want his name to be Bruce anymore. Let's call him Kevin, for instance.
well, I don't know if they would be able to do that. I'm sure there are certain
Restrictions.
But it just wouldn't be the same as other publishers. There's been talk that Marvel might buy the rights to publish.
Well,
DC
I thought back in
characters.
the day, Marvel helped out DC. I mean, I thought they helped each other out when one of them was slipping versus the other. Uncle Bob to the rescue.
Not necessarily. I don't think they've had crossovers with the characters and stuff. They had a Marvel versus DC miniseries in the 90s and things like that, but they never really supported each other financially.
No, you don't think so?
No, I think having the two big companies is like Coke and Pepsi, kind of supports each other in competitive ways,
Right.
Where they compete to put out the better product.
And then how would you feel Marvel being called Marvel DC?
Or something similar.
Or DC Marvel or something like that.
Yeah, or
Dark Claw.
Yep, Dark Claw.
What is that?
That was one of the crossovers where Wolverine and Batman were amalgamated to singular character. You never seen any of these before?
I knew they had crossovers, but I never read. I could never get my hands on.
Okay,
copies
I'll
of
have
them.
to show it to you one of these.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
But yeah, it would. I don't know. My collecting habits would change a lot if that happened.
Really?
Yeah. So I've been following one of the former artists for DC. His name is Ethan Van Sciver. He has his own YouTube.
Sure.
channel, and he has his commentary. He says he has inside sources saying if the next big event for DC doesn't work, then AT&T is going to.
Well, what's the next big event?
It's called 5G.
Uh,
And
oh yeah, that's when they're like rebooting.
a big line
Yeah.
wide reboot. And so I don't know. I don't think that they're going to do it the way they originally put, because there's been a lot of backlash about what's come out.
Andy said, I thought Marvel was having a financial hard time back in the day, and DC helped them out. I thought that happened too.
They went bankrupt. Marvel did go bankrupt after a while, but they pulled themselves out of it.
How Marvel went from bankruptcy to billions. Let's see.
Had 20 years.
Yeah.
1996. I was right.
Yep. Oh, the stock value collapsed. Okay, and that's when they were approached about doing the crossover.
Yeah.
And that's what helped get Marvel back up when DC crossed over with. Okay, so in a way, they didn't throw money out there to help sustain them, but DC helped Marvel. Is that the cover?
That's just, it's like a trading card. It looks like Dark Claw.
That's
Cross between Wolverine and Batman.
interesting. That's very interesting.
But now, since Dan DiDio has been fired, Jim Lee was one of the co-publishers. He's now stepped into the full-time role. He's the sole publisher. He's like the head of the publisher.
And what about the DC film division? We haven't really heard anything on that.
Well, that's kind of a separate entity.
Yeah,
So,
I suppose. Yeah, you're right.
Warner Brothers owns the rights to all these characters, so they're still going to produce movies, cartoons, TV shows, whatever.
Toys, yeah.
So it wouldn't affect them in that way. I mean, if they stop publishing comics, but I don't know. It's kind of a scary thought that it might happen, but
Well, I hope it doesn't happen.
I hope it doesn't either. I hope
I hope 5G kind of takes off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, comics in general, they're not the same as they were in the 80s. In the 90s, they almost died because the speculator market killed, a lot of the true fans.
Yeah.
Because people were trying to have instant collector's items and trying to invest in it.
Yeah.
We found out that millions of copies published of a certain book aren't going to be worth anything. People dropped out.
So is this what you were talking about right here?
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting. Wow. Scott Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what else do you have for us, man?
What was the other thing I was talking about? Oh, the Three Jokers.
Yes.
This was a long rumored series that people kept wondering, when's it going to come out? When's it come out? Because it's bringing back up and that help. I know Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok were planning to do this, and people kept asking. It's been pushed back. Marvel. That's going to come out in June.
The artwork looks very familiar.
Well, Jason Fabok is a great artist.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty excited about this. It's going to be a 3-issue series.
That's it? Just 3 issues?
Just
Why,
3 issues.
why does that, that bothers me? Why is that the trend right now with, especially in DC with, 3 issues, the Superman story, just 3 issues?
It makes it more dense story because they've gotten bad about not just DC but other Marvel having
drawn out
stories, 5, 6, 8 issues storylines, so that you kind of forget what happens.
Okay, so I'm reading Daredevil right now.
Mm-hmm.
10 issues, I think they could have wrapped up their storyline. It's starting to get drawn out a little bit, so I see. Yeah, a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I see now. It seems like they're kind of backtracking a little bit to the beginning of their storytelling, but if I'm collecting comics or if I'm investing each week or every other week to buy a comic, I expect that storyline to be at least 12 issues long. To me personally.
You want the storyline to be 12 issues?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
12 parts to a story?
Yeah, so when I come in each month to pick up a new issue.
Uh-huh.
So for 12 months, so for a year, I'm buying that story. I'm investing that $3.99, which is stupid expensive for a comic.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I work at one,
but
I think it's
one for each Joker. 3 Jokers, 1 for each Joker. Yeah. But anyway, it's just if I'm investing in something, I want it to last to a certain point. But
it's kind of a trend like TV shows nowadays. The regular stuff that comes on broadcast TV, seasons last 20 to 24 episodes,
Yeah.
where streaming shows are like 8 to 12 to 13 episodes, which is more tight
Yeah.
storyline, which makes it a little more enticing. I don't know if enticing is the right word, but it keeps your attention, not just have a bunch of filler episodes.
Yeah. I understand.
So I don't mind 3 issues. I don't mind the shorter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I just see. I want to be able to play in that world a little bit. Russell says, if it's that long, what about people trying to jump into a story? They have to buy like 7 books to catch up,
Mm-hmm.
and then half the time, all the back issues aren't in stock. Even a lot of broadcasting shows aren't 20 to 26 episodes anymore. Yeah, that is correct. Oh, by the way, I guess this is technically season 1 that we're doing with filming, right?
Yeah.
With the show. I mean, I know when we were doing regular podcasting and we were in front of a mic and uploading, we were in season 3.
Yeah.
And then we came over to YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I think once we're in the new studio, in the new space,
It'll be season 2.
it'll be season 2 and
Okay.
kind of revamped.
All
One
right.
of the things that we're getting, I'm saving up, and we'll be doing is getting new mics. So everybody has their own personal mic that sits in front of them.
Okay.
And everybody could be heard, and I'm excited about that. But all in due time. And I just invested, do you believe that $75 for that thing? That little shit putting together was hell. Okay, so I have something in my pocket.
It's a card.
It's a card, and somebody that I used to work with, Nick, he asked me to kind of shout him out on the show and ask people to go check it out. It's called Guild of Geeks. And no, I'm not being endorsed or paid for it, but let me just pull it up so I can let you guys know what it's about. Guild of Geeks.
That's in Georgia. I don't think that's the same thing, do you?
Well, so they're on Twitch, they're on Twitter, Facebook.
Just go to the website at the bottom.
That works. I didn't even think of that. GUIL, Guild of Geeks.
Space.
Nope.
There's space in there.
Thank you. He asked me to kind of give him a shout out of what it is. And it says that the Guild of Geeks aims to help the geek community connect with each other by regularly organizing events and meetups. We have a social interaction and encouragement, an open and accepting atmosphere to help community members feel welcome and at home. So it looks like they got some cool stuff going on. They have a lot of people, a lot of members. It looks like they play video games. They play board games, softball, baseball, it looks like. Movies. It looks like they talk about movies and TV. And I definitely encourage you guys to go check it out. And their website is theguildofgeeks.org. You haven't said anything about mine and Russell's DC trivia contest. Okay, so last week, Russell and Andy, they went to a DC trivia, and they won against Jeremy. I'm sure you heard about that.
I haven't asked him about it yet.
You haven't asked him?
No.
Apparently, they beat Jeremy in the contest.
Okay.
And he wasn't too happy, apparently.
I bet. Huh?
So
I have to ask, y'all typing in, what was it, more of a movie-based trivia, or is it comics too? Or, I mean, where did the sources of the questions come from?
I don't even think they knew where it fucking came from. And Chris York. Oh, Chris York. Yes, he was there too. Chris York. I was going to say something else. So movie.
It's a movie. Well, that's probably why they were able to be.
He was saying like, one of the questions was, who was the first Batman? And I was on the phone with Andy Russell, and I said, the TV serials Batman was the first one on screen, and they're like, no, it was Adam West. That's what.
It's the TV serials from the 40s.
40s, yeah. What did I say, 20s?
No, he didn't say.
Oh, but mostly movie, like comic related questions. Yeah. There was one question about comics.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. But with that being said, are you wanting to look into any other news and kind of talk about that? Or do you want to head right in the questions and kind of wrap it up for the night?
Let's go ahead and go into questions.
Go ahead in the questions?
Yeah. I think
what is your favorite word? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on now. We've already done that one now.
All right. So our first question of today is by Marcus Allen, and this is towards you, Carter. He says, hey, Carter, 2 parts. DC Comics is going through some drama, which, yes, we already talked about
some of this.
Yeah, and he says, with rumors of publishing closing or being sold, not a big rumor person, but sales suck. Sorry. Sales suck. Is it time for comics to go full streaming? Could that save comics and attract new readers?
Well, we already talked about the publishing aspect. I don't know what he means by going full streaming.
I think what he means is
streaming only.
Streaming only, and not putting out physical comic issues.
I don't think that wouldn't attract the older readers, because we love to have something in our hands. I talk to a lot of people saying, I like digital, okay, but I'd rather have something I can flip through and look at.
Yeah,
just kind of admire. You can see the whole page. And
you don't have to jump from panel to panel.
You don't have to jump from panel to panel. So I don't see how that would help. I kind of like having both. I mean, they thought when comics started doing digital that this can be the death of paper, but it actually reversed, and there's more people buying paper than
digital.
The digital.
And then when you buy a physical copy anyway, you get that digital code now.
Yeah,
they're starting to
a lot of them will have digital code too.
Yeah,
it used to cost like $1 more, but
really
now it's not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I want a real book, says Russell. Andrew says no. Okay, so
what was the next one?
Next question is by Dylan Connolly.
I don't know how much we can.
And this was geared towards Andy's, and I'll kind of answer this question for Andy, and I'm sure, I mean, he's watching. Take up a whole room in my house, LOL. I'll kind of go through and read this and answer as much of this as I can. Sorry, I'm stuttering. And he says, "Hey, Andy and crew, love the new set and love love how the show is growing." Yeah, this set's nice. And yes, it is growing. He says, "Keep it up. Due to the end of Endgame, a lot of people thought that Guardians would appear in Thor 4. I personally didn't think so. However, have you seen the clip of Vin Diesel saying in an interview for Bloodshot that he's met with Taika Waititi and has discussed the Guardians appearing in the movie? What are your thoughts?" Let's see.
I would think it'd be maybe a cameo or just a small scene, something. I don't think it'd be. I think they got a whole different storyline in the works than having to deal with the Guardians, because I think Thor is going to be in the Guardians 3 movie.
Yeah. Look, it's Vin Diesel, man. Dylan, the way I see it, it's Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel talks out of his ass like you wouldn't believe. And that's one thing he's really good about is talking out of his ass. I'm sure what he was saying, it is exciting hearing what he's saying. And I personally haven't watched the interview. I've seen that Andy's not typing right now. Andy's probably watching the interview so he can quickly give his opinion. But It's John Cena. Jesus Christ.
What?
He's saying it's John Cena. I don't know. Look, let's not forget, right? Vin Diesel, before anything was announced about what do you call it? Guardians of the Galaxy. I think before it was even thought of, or before the public knew, Vin Diesel wasn't attached to any Marvel project. He pretty much got his role into the Marvel Cinematic Universe by campaigning for that role. Just like what?
As Groot.
As Groot.
Yeah.
Or just, I think he originally wanted Drax, but they went with
Bautista.
Dave Bautista, yeah. And the same thing happened with The Rock and Black Adam. The Rock petitioned to be Black Adam, and he said he was going to be Black Adam. And look what happened. He got Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Tyrese. Oh, that's a Spider-Man statue?
Yeah.
That is sexy. Tyrese Gibson has been campaigning for the past 4 years to play John Stewart, the Green Lantern. And, of course, that's not going to happen because it's Tyrese Gibson, and he's a fool.
Okay.
Crossovers are the shit. That's because he's The Rock. Yeah. Sure, the Guardians of the Galaxy will be in Thor, I'm sure, or vice versa, because they left together on the ship at the end of Endgame. And I'm sure there's going to be some, what's it called? I don't know, some fight between Star-Lord and Thor that causes Thor to leave and go out on his own, or vice versa.
We'll
I mean,
see.
it is what it is. So, all right, next question. Let's see what it is. Jason Adams reads,
hey guys, any new Star Wars updates? When are you bringing back campfires on Dagobah? There hasn't been a whole lot lately.
There hasn't been a whole lot of Star Wars news. Bringing back campfires on Dagobah. Well,
maybe when
we're in the new studio,
or maybe when Rise of Skywalker comes out on
Blu-ray,
we'll do a commentary on that or something.
Would you? Yeah, we could do that. That sounds like a good idea. Doing a commentary. Yeah. Would you want to start over from Force Awakens? And
no, let's not start. Let's not go back.
But yeah, I mean, look, campfires on Dagobah. I love that show. I love our little Star Wars show that we do with the group. One reason behind it is because I get to bring Yoda. And I mean, once we're in the new studio space and everything's done, I'm sure by that time there will be a shit ton of Star Wars news out there. And
yeah, and no, we haven't really touched on this either. The High Republic stuff that's being rumored right now, and the books and comics and stuff. We don't know a whole lot about those yet. They've just kind of did a little teaser video on them planning all that. So I'm interested to see what that's going to entail.
Oh yeah, and then I mean we have John Cassian Andor. What the hell am I saying? John Cassian Andor. Cassian Andor. Oh, excuse me. That show's supposed to drop on Disney Plus. I'm burping because I'm all the Coke and water that I'm drinking. I'm just kidding. Cassian Andor show that's dropping on Disney Plus. We got The Mandalorian coming back. The Kylo Ren comics. We can be talking about that.
Yes, the last issue drops tomorrow. The Kylo Ren
last issue.
4-issue series. So the last.
How many do I have? 3, right?
Huh?
I do have 3.
Yeah, that Darth Vader #2 comes out.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Star Wars information that's growing right now. It's just before we bring the show back, or before I bring the show back, I want us to be able to have enough content to bring to you guys each week. And I'm sure maybe the rest of the group has been wondering why we haven't done
And I'm going to try to read the Rise of Skywalker novelization when it comes out.
Are you getting it to your store at all? Are you guys getting copies of it?
No, since it's a novel, prose novel, we won't be getting copies. I'll probably go to Barnes and Noble or something like that and get one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get it read as quickly as possible.
Sure.
So we can talk about that, and maybe we can bring back some of the other guests that were.
Yeah. Eric. Yeah.
Eric Johnson.
You know, his son just added me on Instagram today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eric. I think Eric's a big reader, so he would love to come and talk about it too.
Yeah, I would love to have him back on.
So maybe when both of us have read the book, he can come back. And
yeah, absolutely.
that.
I'm growing in my pants, says Russell.
You wish.
Yeah, he says you wish. Yeah, so, and then I think before we go into our new studio, once that's finished being built, you should do a read through of a comic book.
A read through. Okay. Like just
us sitting here, like he reads Kylo's voice and I read this person's voice, and then we show
that's going to turn out too well.
Then we show the picture of the comic.
I think my voices would be horrible.
Okay, before we say goodbye, we all love hearing from Grandma.
Did we get all the questions?
There was one last question, but okay. Oh, my stomach.
I think it's been a kind of
it's very once in a while. Certain people send in same questions, and Jessica Harper says, "You've been doing the show for a while now. Still no women. Why?" We're working on it.
We're working on it. We just haven't had anybody that's volunteered to come on that's willing to be on camera with us. I don't really know anybody at the store that I would want to bring or who'd be willing to come on the show. I feel a little creepy as, hey, you want to come on this podcast?
Yeah, hey. Yeah, I mean,
I would like to. I'd like to have a woman's perspective.
Absolutely. I think it would be great having females on the show, so it's not just guys and we cater to one audience. I would like to cater to everybody.
Yeah.
But
I don't think my wife would really want to come and talk unless we're talking about Back to the Future, maybe.
I love Back to the Future.
And I don't know about Tristan. Tristan doesn't really like to be on camera either, does she?
That's a lie. Tristan loves being on camera, and I hope she's watching.
Okay.
Yes, you do. You love being on camera. She loves being on camera just as much as I love being on top of her. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. TMI.
But yeah. I mean, my buddy Grayson, him and his wife Vanessa, they came on the show last Friday. As you guys tuned in and watched, they were here, and it was nice having Vanessa on the show and Tristan and Grayson because it's different people.
Uh-huh.
And I've been saying this for a while now. I'd like to build up the cast so we have a rotating door of people coming each week.
Yeah.
And
I got one of my buddies that wants to come on the show.
Right.
So hopefully he'll be able to make it sometime.
Exactly. We all have. I've seen the tapes. We all have.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Dom creeps people out. Okay, that's what it says.
Why don't you think I don't come more often? Why do you think I don't come more often?
Oh, that's kind of all right. All right.
Wow,
Russell.
shooting. Shots fired, Russell.
All right.
Yeah, once we have the new studio built and everything, he's gonna want to come.
Yeah.
LOL. So yeah, I know. I was thinking, and because we have two people watching, and hopefully Reagan's watching too as well. Right before we go into the new studio, I think to celebrate, we should kind of end this era of movie talk at Paparolo's, like how we started.
Okay,
maybe, possibly, and
we got to do a better job with the streaming though, because
that was rough.
Their Wi-Fi is a little bit slow.
Yeah. Who, Carter? I don't know what that means. But kind of end the air as or end this version of the show out on a bang. So next time you guys come back, we may take a week off just so everybody can go home and relax. And then when we come back, it'll be full force into the new season, and I'm excited. Are you paying for pizza? Sure. I will pay for pizza. Sure. You're supposed to give it like 20 minutes in between, Russell. A gangbang.
Oh, come on now.
But okay. With that being said, I think that concludes our show for today, man.
Yeah. I don't have any other thoughts at the moment.
No more thoughts for today?
Yeah, I think we've covered about all.
Okay. Who's your friend, Russell? I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't either.
But with that being said, for those of you that are still in here, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, we are 2 subscribers away from 60. And it's really bugging me that we're sitting at 58. So go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. And please like and share with your friends. And yeah, so with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to the Dom Chiodo Show. Carter, thank you for,
I appreciate it. I enjoyed being here tonight.
Yeah, for coming out. It's, I'm just overwhelmed. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, it's not ending. There we go. Now it's ending. So.
All right.